Welcome to the Oxen Group Nightly. My name is David Stow. I'm the CEO, President, and Founder of the Oxen Group. The Oxen Group is a financial analysis and investment ideas firm located at www.theoxengroup.com. You can check us out today for all of your financial analysis needs, investment ideas, stock picks, option picks, and much more. And tonight's Oxen Group Nightly, we'll be recapping the day in the market for July 20th. We'll be starting out with our Wednesday market wrap-up, as well as looking at some of our new positions that we've entered and exited today. We'll be updating you on our Georgia's Corner portfolio, as well as our extended value portfolio, which is our long-term portfolio, and also we'll be updating you for the very first time on our newest portfolio or report called Dollars and Cents. And then we'll also be forecasting tomorrow, and as always, please check out our disclaimer at the end of the video. Okay, so we ended the day in the red today on a pretty much flat day. I thought we'd have a pretty nice rally, at least into the open, and maybe we would sell off towards the close. The latter did happen, but the prior did not. We did not get really any follow-through on a really big day yesterday. We had pretty good earnings in after hours and in pre-market today. But the debt ceiling relief did not really carry over to the market. I was surprised to see that. We didn't really go bullish into today because I was just pretty cautious. We were pretty much cashy going into the day, but earnings were strong from Apple, and they did help the NASDAQ rally pretty well for the most part. And then the financials were pretty strong today as well, as a rumor on the buyout of E-Trade and some talks there from one of their main stockholders that they want to push out some of the board members there to get something going there. That helped financial, as well as some good earnings from U.S. Bancorp and a couple other regionals. But I think housing really did dash a lot of the hopes for the rally today. We had a really good number come out from pending home sales and new home sales and permits earlier this week, but then existing home sales came out in at a 4.77 million mark. And that was well below estimates that were for an increase over May from 4.93. You see the drop there versus last month, almost a 1% drop and almost a 9% drop versus last year. Much under expectations, and that was, I think, a little bit hurtful to the overall market today. Pretty much had a pretty much flat day, some spikes here and there, but those spikes look big, but they were only about 20-point moves. Did get a late rally as high as about 25 points up on the market at one point. That really flamed out into debt talks this evening. Looks like the market's taking the stance that those debt talks will not get any deal passed still, and I think you saw some people taking some quick profits off the table, and probably some people putting on some shorts towards the end of the day, as we saw a lot of selling going on towards the end of the day, going into tomorrow. To complement that, we earlier this morning we picked up a SDS position. We picked up a 2022 bull call spread on that for the August expiration. SDS is the underlying, and we got in at 0.57 on the spread there between the 20 and the 22. Basically, what we did is we bought the 20, we sold the 22, and we think that the 20 is in the money and should stay in the money, and we'd like this to go back up to about 21 here in the near term. That will make the 20 very valuable. The 22 we sold, and that spread should continue to widen as it moves to the upside. It's got a good downside hedge there, though, for the position. If it does get some pressure tomorrow or into next week, the hedge is nice and allows us to exit this for a lot less than going naked into the position. We also try to get a little bit of a long position here to hedge some of our shorts that we have on in the market right now. I did come out with a report today about some 5 companies that I like that I think could move into earnings on Tuesday next week. Those included, one of them was Norfolk Southern, and you look at the chart, stock's been bouncing off of its 50-day, now it's 20-day. Had a real nice hammer candlestick today. Moving into earnings next week, they're expecting a 1.28 earnings per share increase over 1.04 from last year, 13% revenue increase. The transports have been great for the market, and transports have been great this year. More growth is on the way. This stock has a future price-earning ratio of 13. Very undervalued stock, and it has a lot of room to grow. I think it could go to 78 by earnings and post-earnings. And so we look for that stock to continue to increase, even if the market should pull back. We had a lot of busy day kind of with our current positions. We did exit our Bank of America. We had a short on them after yesterday. I thought we'd see a follow through to the downside, but then the E-Trade and the financials kind of rallied today. And then you saw some short covering happen and sort of got a short squeeze on that today. And we had to exit that for neutral after that rally. We have a monthly play on Dow. We are long Dow stock, and then we also have a sold the August 34 puts. Got a nice little pop, got a nice gain over the last couple of days on Dow. That's gotten us close back to neutral on the stock, and the options are a little bit underweight right now, sorry, in the red right now, but they're moving back down to the downside today, and those should hold up as long as Dow can hold 34 by expiration. Their earnings will be before the expiration date does happen, but I am fairly confident about their earnings. And then we also are doing very well on our GLD options play. We sold the 158 weekly calls yesterday, earlier in the morning before the Obama announcement came out. Those are very well and doing very well for us. We sold them at 40 cents, and I think they were trading between 10 and 15 cents for most of the day. And then along with the NSC, some other long plays that I do like, I think that could make moves into and out of earnings next week are Buffalo Wild Wings, DreamWorks Animation, Las Vegas Sands, and Panera. Giorgio's Corner. Giorgio Ferrero, the main trader there, he exited a General Mills equity trade that he put on yesterday for a little over 1% gain. It was a quick scalp. Liked the way that they were moving and post earnings. And he's got, so I should say, 3 open positions on his credit spreads. He's got U.S. Steel, Medco Health Solutions, and ExxonMobil. Those are all doing fairly decently. All of them, probability is getting pretty high right now that all those will be able to expire worthless, and I think he's very close to exiting ExxonMobil to his target there. And then finally, we have a new report out. It's called Dollar and Cents. It's headed up by a new person on the Oxen group, a researcher. His name is Mike Mackin, and he's going to be doing market history research, be looking at different trends in the market, different earnings, how companies play off earnings, how companies play off different economic reports, and just each, a few times a week he's going to be putting out reports like that. Like today, he put out a new report, basically looking at what does the Dow do? What has the Dow done this year after 2 weeks of gains? And he found that after 2 weeks of gains, typically, if we have back-to-back weeks of gains, the third week we also have another week of pretty strong gains again on the market historically throughout the year. And he found some of the Dow components that will perform the best. And those include, I think, Caterpillar and GE and ExxonMobil. And that report is available on our website right now for our premium members, and you can sign up for a trial. For tomorrow, we are a little bit bearish going in tomorrow. We dropped into the close today, and I think we did see some refreshed European fears and debt fears. I think the risk on trade may actually be back on surprisingly after yesterday. We really should have rallied today, and we did not. We had good earnings. We had some relief, come in with Obama saying, we're getting progress on this debt deal. We're going to get it done. We got a big meeting tonight between the heads of the Republican Party and Obama, and some speculation that something may come out of that. We had good earnings from Apple. We had good earnings from the financials. We had some decent earnings in some other sectors. And we've had good earnings from a lot of companies, and we didn't really get any real bullish rally ever going. The dollar dropped significantly again today. And the fact that we couldn't get anything going is, I think, a very good sign that we may be looking at a pullback for the rest of the week. Jobless claims tomorrow, Philadelphia Fed, leading indicators all can influence the market. And we got a lot of earnings again. Tonight we had AXP, Qualcomm. I saw those were both a little bit weaker than expected. eBay was good in after hours. And then tomorrow morning we got Caterpillar, General Electric, McDonald's, Verizon. So a lot of big names that can really move the market. That's going to do it for today. Visit us at www.theoxengroup.com. Email us, call us, become a part of our 70% plus accuracy in picking stocks.